There's a kind of tired that sleep cannot fix. It's the kind of tired from trying so hard for so long. As we get older, we're not as resilient perhaps as we used to be, and we have to recognize that. But that's not a bad thing. It's not weakness. It's not because you're not capable. It's literally because you're exhausted. And when you have had a lifetime of starting over, uh, staying strong, being hopeful all the time, starting new projects, and trying to make sense out of everything that you've done and the loss that has occurred, the loss that you didn't ask for. You don't even know how you got here. I don't know if you've said that to yourself. I certainly have. Many times I thought, what happened? How did I get here? And now I got to keep going again. And sometimes that is so draining on us that we have moments we just want to quit, just want to pack it up and say, this is too much. And those are the days that you could, what I've learned is to step back and rest and just back off. Just think about where you've come from and think, I've come this far and I'm doing okay. I'm allowed to give myself permission to take a break. You didn't ask for this. You got a setback. You've had to start over, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with what you've been going through. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm really tired today. I just need a break. When you take a break, you're giving yourself that strength back. You're saying, okay, step away, look at the whole picture. Think about where you're going. Think about how far you've come and stay in the present. Do something you do have control over. Maybe you just want to read a book that day. Maybe you want to go take a shower. Maybe you want to just be with your friends or your family, whatever it is that you want to do. But step back and just say to yourself, today I give myself permission to just not be part of this project right now, part of that growth forward. I promise you, I found that when I did that, I gave myself so much ability to move forward without exhausting myself anymore. I almost feel like at times you go into a fog because it's not because you don't know what you're doing. You're just absolutely exhausted, as I said before. So when you're feeling like that heaviness is on you, and that's going to happen, I found the heaviness, I can't explain it fully, but the heaviness where it's on your chest and you feel like, oh, I just need to get the weight off for a minute. That's the exhausted side. That's the side when you need to say, okay, I need to just stop and breathe. Just breathe. Just take time for me. And it's okay to do that. When we've been building our whole life up and then we take a few hits in life, we absolutely have marks left on us, marks psychologically, emotionally, and maybe even physically. And we have to understand we're not the same person we were in our 20s and 30s and 40s as we are in our 60s and 70s. And our mental strength is still there. So if we take care of it and we take care of our mind and our bodies, we're doing okay. And that's what I found. If you can find something you have control over and you just take a break, step back and breathe, give yourself that permission. I'm positive you're going to find yourself the next day feeling rejuvenated and caring for yourself. And what that will also do is clear your mind and give you a chance to have a perspective coming back from another angle and saying, oh, I see it there. Now I can keep going. It gives you that hopeful feeling again that, okay, I got this, that pat on the back all by yourself. Something that a lot of people don't talk about when you're rebuilding by yourself, especially when you're older, and perhaps you're doing it from home. So you might feel a little bit of isolation. It is hard to motivate yourself sometimes. And you have that maybe lonely feeling. I want you to know as you look at this video, I'm here for you. You're not alone. And there's a whole lot of people rebuilding. You're not the only one. And sometimes just knowing that you're not in this by yourself, you're not the only one that's had to rebuild. You're not the only one that's taken a few hits in life and had to come back from that. And that it is lonely and you are by yourself, that makes a big difference. I know I've had to do it. I'm still doing it. I'm still coming back. And so as you're watching this, I'm right there with you. There's some days, I hate to tell you this, but honestly, from my heart, I've sat down and had a good cry sometimes. It is what it is. Sometimes you just have to let those emotions go. Sometimes you just have to say, okay, you win. Today is just not my day. And come back from that the next day and start again. But understand this, you've earned it. You've come so far. You've been successful in life. You've come to this moment and you're going to keep going. And perhaps you didn't get to see your future the way you thought it was going to be. That's okay. You get to start all over again. You get to start from where you are. And every now and then, give yourself permission to just stop, take a breath, and you'll find the next day is all yours again.